Greetings, YouTubers. Hopefully everybody's doing pretty good out there today. Well, you know, I finally got that running board off on the other side of the SUV. The problem is if you live in the Northeast or around the Rust Belt, you know how nuts and bolts can get rusted and they just twist off and everything. Well, you can see I got it off, and look how much higher it looks like it sets up. And show you how I had to get this off. The problem was I had a couple of bolts that got rounded off on the back side where the nut goes, and you can see right there, and the whole thing turns, but the problem is you can see that clip is broken. It should be like that, and it just spun, and there was absolutely no way to get that out of there unless you have a torch. You can cut it out, but 99% watching this video, or I should say 99% of the people watching this video, do not have a torch to cut out a bolt like that. I actually had two bolts. I had that one there, and I had this one here. Kind of get rounded off, and you can see it's still in there, but I'll deal with it later. I tried everything, tried to take a saber saw, cut and torch it. There was just no room to get in there to get those bolts out, but the rest of the bolts came out pretty good, especially here on the bottom of the frame and everything. So what I had to do was take a Dremel tool, and I forgot about this. I was running out of ideas, and I went and bought some new blades for the wheel, little cutting wheels, and I stuck it up in there, and I had to cut a couple places right there. You can see that there, son, right there. I cut a slot there, and I cut a slot there, and I basically just pried this thing out until I got it out of there. It was kind of a job, but now I can get in here and do body work and everything, and you can see a little bit of body work there, nothing major. I've seen a lot worse, and the rest of this is pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is go to the other side and start taking it off. It should come off a lot easier, I'm hoping. What I did before, and you might want to do this too, get you a can of grease and spray the heck out of these bolts, and especially these here, the ones that the two that got twisted on me, twisted off. Now, if you can get enough grease up in there on the other side of this nut, you might be able to get enough on the other side there, on the other side of this bolt, I should say, to actually grease the other side of it and keep that clip from breaking so the whole thing doesn't turn. But if you have a lot of rust, I don't know. I've seen a lot of guys have problems with these running boards getting them off. A lot of people just don't like them. So I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to lube it up real good, and we'll pop that running board off, and I'll let you know if I have any issues with that. But if you have any problems, get you a Dremel tool if you're running out of ideas, and just get in there. Make sure you wear some good eye protection, and just slowly cut a couple of slots here so those bolts will slide through there, and you can just kind of pry this running board off, and you can get it off and get it out of the way, and it'll start looking like a nice SUV. I wouldn't mind if I had some chrome step-up bars or something. Maybe I'll put some on it. So we'll go over here, and I'll lube up these running boards, the bolts, and we'll start taking those off and see if we have any issues. Alright, kiddos, after about a half hour, I got all the bolts out on this side. I only had trouble with one bolt in the back, and I had to take the Dremel tool there and cut it out. So go ahead and pop this off here real quick. Should come off pretty easy. There we go. And there we go, all the bolts. These all came out okay. This one here, I had to cut it with the Dremel tool. Just went in there and kind of did it like this. Cut it at an angle, cut a slice out of it, so that bolt up under there will slide past it. And I'm going to show you the bolt real quick, since there it is. So this is what happens a lot of times when you live in the Rust Belt. You have to deal with stuff like that. So that bolt I'll take out later, but it's out. And this side of the rocker panel is in really good shape. A little bit of rust back here in the back, but not bad at all. And also the other reason I took these off is because I can get up under here and work now if I have to. It sits up higher and they're not in the way. So I hope this helps you guys out. I tried everything. The only thing I could do was get in there with a small Dremel tool and just kind of cut a couple slices of that running board out. Now, I probably could have gotten this back bolt out. I got in a hurry, but once I broke it off, I just took my time with these, put a little grease on the bolts. I'd grease them up. screw them back in a little bit, put some more grease on them, back them out, and I just kept going back and forth until they came out. And you can feel when they get really loose and they come out. But that's hopefully this will help you out a little bit. So if you have to take off your running boards, off your Explorers or your Expeditions. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and until my next video, I will see you then. Stay cool, everybody, and be safe.